You're such an asshole.
Hey everybody, assholeconsulting.com. I have a ton left. I just got a reminder not to repeat myself for those of you who watch all my videos, but in case this is the only one you're tuning into, I will be taking a vacation starting Monday to Monday, and my prices will double over vacation. And if you you need my services desperately, you can pay $200 an hour, which won't cost you to probably, but prices will double. But if you could wait till the next Monday, that would be grand. So Asshole Consulting is going on vacation. Hey Aaron, thanks for replying back so quickly. I just found this is his other response email. All right. Hey Aaron, do you have any consulting advice for whether getting a CPA in Ontario, Canada is worth it? I believe it's structured and even named differently than the CPA in the US, but nonetheless the recognition throughout is the same. Yeah, it's on par to the US CPA. It's it is. I looked at the salaries and yeah, it's definitely a good certification. Background: 21-year-old, fourth year at a decently recognized school in Canada in the economics and accounting program. You apply for either business or economics and then specialize the second year onward, going to graduate in April of 2017. I'm familiar with how the regressive left ruin families, especially for men. Because of this, I'd like to embark on a single minimalistic lifestyle where making a lot of money isn't as important to me as any other sucker. I have barely any student loans under 5Ks because I work as a bank teller until recently and have a paid internship as a supply chain analyst under my belt. There you go. I would consider buying your books, Enjoy the Decline of Reconnaissance Man, once I have a full-time job, maybe even divorce the shitting buffalo. Well, you don't buy that. Get Bachelor Pad Economics if you haven't got that. That would be a much better expenditure of your money. The problem, since I'll probably fall short on some individual course requirements that the CPA board is looking for, I'd have to go back to school and retake some courses after graduation for me to even register with CPA Ontario. It's possible to graduate and not meet the specific requirements for a course or two. I'm sick and tired of school and the ongoing progressive credentialism. I just want to get a job in order to earn money for me to enjoy my hobbies. Thing is, I don't know how likely any bosses will let me go for some dude bro who kissed ass in the Big Four. Well, you're probably going to get into the Big Four without your CPA. I mean, you can work for the Big Four, you just won't be an accountant. Or maybe a low-ranked staff accountant or something like that. And has at least passed a CFA exam. If I stay in a position for too long, assuming that the company I work for doesn't have an explicit policy in regards to the CPA itself. I see this going four ways. One, getting an accounting job in industry, preferably before graduation, and moving up the ladder until I reach a position where it'll be hard to advance further without the CPA, but considering my goals in life, I probably don't need the added stress money, and especially the extra taxes to be paid to the state. This is the most desired scenario. Getting a public accounting job at a local regional firm and work under a CPA, again, preferably before graduation. I won't have a choice but to study and meet all the requirements in order to sit for and pass the CFE and get my CPA. Well, they will then pay for the cost later. By the way, for the American readers, I looked at getting your CPA for Canada. Yeah, there's a reason their economy lagged behind ours until they got Steve Harper, and now it's still legal. Yeah, it's. However, I hear that those public firms don't take too kindly to people who fail once, going so far as to fire you, which has its own share of problems. Focus on school and to get to the academics of the CPA out of the way, and then find a job later. This one hedges against progressive credentialism, but I don't think it's bad for now. This one is my least preferred. Get a job in supply chain and work my way up. I know you have bashed this idea a lot in your past videos, but honestly, I don't see this route as being any worse than accounting. This option I can pursue alongside my previous choices. Conclusion: what I do is the CPA the key component in order to protect yourself against the baby boomer Gen X bosses from replacing you. This is the main problem I have right now. School will probably either tell me what I want to hear or convince me the CPA is the way to go for all the wrong reasons. If things come to worse, then I have no qualms about having to study for the CPA. In my most preferred scenario, I feel like I'm losing control of my life. I just want to make is it like fucking anal retentive day with you kids? Oh, I can do this on Tuesday, but at 3 p.m. on Tuesday, if it's an odd day, I can do it. But what do you do? Fucking hell. I know, it's very important for your future, but to the minutia of detail you guys go to, I just want to make a living for myself in the working world while helping out with my family instead of them helping me. At the same time, I don't want to put any extra effort into it. It seems all for naught. If Forgive me if I sound like a typical millennial. No, you don't. You actually think you're thinking. And the typical millennial say, I think it's unfair. I don't know why does Justin Trudeau make everything free? Video response. Okay, you make $17 an hour as a supply chain intern. Okay, and they want you to come back. That's good. You can't specialize in supply chain management. Get an internship with my third percent. I think it's not unrealistic to get entry level percent. Was a graduate. Would I go for business? A good question. Okay. All right. Here's the deal. You don't know what the fuck you want to do. That's why you're barfing out in painful detail your thought process and wanting me to make the decision. I can't make the decision for you. I can tell you this, though. The fact you want to be a minimalist makes things a lot easier. And it means there's no rush for you to make your decision. Okay? That's the good thing. And as it stands right now, if you're a supply chain analyst intern and you're paid $17 an hour, that's not bad. Not bad at all. I mean, it's not a lot of money, but it's not bad. So what I would do is, the CPA would make you more employable and make things easier because you wouldn't have to kiss as much ass or work your way up to. I mean, of course, it takes more education and the passing of the exams and the schooling. But right now, for your goals, even theoretically your life goals, making $17 an hour is just fine. And when you graduate, what I would do is I would stick with your supply chain analyst job. You don't seem excited about accounting either, so it doesn't sound like you're going to put your life's value in your job, which you shouldn't. You should realize your job is a place you go to make money, and it's going to suck no matter what, so you tune yourself out, and you go there, you do your job, and then you go and you play and you have fun. All right? So I would say supply chain management right now is just as good a job as becoming an accountant. You're already there, you're already making money, and maybe they'd hire you on full time. So I would just continue to get your whatever class or whatever degree is going to get you closer to getting the classes so that you could sit for the CPA exam or the CFE. That is the degree I would get, but I would continue to work for the supply chain management company if they got a full-time job. And it pays $17 an hour. It might pay more. So you'd work that, and then let a year go by, and then you'll know, okay, do I really like supply chain analysis work? Is this company for me? Do I see myself having a career? In the meantime, if you have a little bit extra time, take those classes you need in accounting. Study accounting on your own. You don't have to go through you do have to go through their program, but I think you also need to have like sign off on work and all that. So it's a little bit more involved. But give it at least a year, work as a supply chain analyst, and find out whether or not that's for you. And if it isn't, then you can always go back to school. And that's the thing. You can always go back to school. It's not like they're not going to have CPAs. It's not like they're going to have, we ran out of tests. Shit, you can't take the CPA. That's it. No more CPAs for Canada. Doesn't matter. We ain't got no money to count anyway because Trudeau just took it and just pissed it away on the Indians. Because diversities. Aaron, you're so accurate. I would not. I'd be in no rush, dude. Take your time. You got a job. And since you're a minimalist, you don't need any more money than what you got there. It sounds like you're also living at home, so maybe save up a little bit of cash, help out around with the family and all that. Take some other classes online. You don't have to be paid classes. Find out if there's something of interest to you that you really like. And then if you're like, yeah, you know what, I really ought to, I think I need something else. You've had too much problems with the politics at the office. You see Bill get promoted over because he's got his CPA. Then I would start pursuing the CPA. But you don't need it. If you're not going to have kids, you're not going to have a fancy house, you're not going to have a fancy car, you just want to read philosophy and religion, you know what? That's great. It's free. You can get on the internet, download podcasts. It's almost too inconvenient to go to the library and read shit. So that's what I recommend. Otherwise, I do have a colleague. I'm not at his level. Okay, I have a, what would I call him? He reads my blog. And he is a big to-do, high up CPA Canadian accountant, and I can't mention him, but he is one of the top 5, I'd have to imagine, accountants up there in Canada, like the top 2 dogs. But anyway, And I asked him if he wanted to do the video, and I'm like thinking like, nah, you don't even want to be acknowledged that you know me. And but he strongly endorses the CPA. He thinks it's still a good field. He thinks the compensation is good, and if you get high up enough, if you become a partner at a Big Four, obviously you're making thrice 6 figures. So it's it's definitely a route to go. But yeah, then you'd be working at a Big Four. You'd be putting in full-time work and all that other stuff, and that may not be for you. So figure out, make sure your current path, your current minimalism, your current budget is good enough for you. If it is, good. Then you don't have to go, and that's the whole benefit of minimalism, is you don't have to go get your fucking CPA. You don't have to get a master's. It's like, no, I'm happy with my 25, 30 grand a year. But if you think you need more, by that time a year goes by, you get a little bit of money living at home, save up some money, you'll have a much better idea of what you want. So for now, I wouldn't bother with the CPA, but maybe take those extra, because here's the thing, you're going to work, you're going to want to have something else to do. You might as well take a couple extra classes on the side and move towards an accounting degree as well. I mean, hope that helps out. Tools.